But I did want to touch on the satanic ritual abuse because there's a lot of kids that grew up being exposed and sexually assaulted and brainwashed and abused in these satanic ritual cults, and that their communities were involved, and that a lot of times some of this girl in particular, her mother did not know. Her dad had the mother's sleeping. He was like gaslighting her and had her sleeping in a separate part of the house, and in the other part of the house he was controlling the children or whatever he wanted to do, sometimes sharing with neighbors because their whole community, their neighbors were involved, and that they would take them to these a lot of things would involve fire magic, and they would take them to do these rituals out in the woods. And concerning the full moon, it kind of reminds me of the time that my son went camping with his dad, and he came back talking about wanting an Aztec death whistle. And I looked those up, and I was like, oh my god, I can't, there's no words. There's no words. But these things became prevalent in his life, and so the kids would speak out. Sometimes they would be afraid to tell their mothers, sometimes their mothers wouldn't believe them, but eventually this girl and her two siblings got the attention of their mother, and only one sibling is young enough to still be with the dad, but they have filed cases. The mother lost, and they put her under a gag, much like what I'm under, that she can never talk about it. So that is why the girl was on there talking about it, because she filed her own civil case that was still in legal proceedings and hadn't been resolved, but she wasn't under any kind of gag order. But they definitely talked about with the fair game that another tactic that had been used was to force judges to withdraw, intimidate them, create honeypots where they got their hands dirty, and they would have to blackmail against them, or as an attempt to throw the case in their favor. So a lot of things with the fair game practices are resonating with me as things that have happened around these societies, and the things that I have read, the things that I've been through, other people that I've talked to or seen their videos online. These are just recurring themes, things that happen. I know that the Masons are very, very prevalent in my community.